What's up, YouTube? It's J Sauce back at again with another video, and today is not the standard video I usually make. While it does relate to Draft League, it's not a battle. We made two free agency moves, and now I think they're actually gonna make an impact. So I said I'd make a video on it, to let y'all know. So in future battles, to be like, oh my gosh, when did they get this mon and this mon? I'm telling you now, it's after week 5, pretty much immediately after my battle with Petroskowitz, I made these moves, and yeah, let's get into it. The first move I did, uh, I dropped Zorar Kasui. Um, Now, the notes are bashing on it. Quite frankly, the reason it's getting dropped is because I don't think it ever has a role on my team. Um, I just never see a point to bring this over like Chi-Yu, Jolteon, um, Iron Bundle. Those all that have the same, not necessarily role, but I would much rather have them over this every single week. Like I wouldn't ever need to bring it right. If I need a normal type, oh, guess what? I have an Ursaluna. It just never finds its way on the team, and every aspect it can provide, it's overshadowed on my team. Special attacker. Well, I named the three I have earlier that are better. Um, Ghost type, I guess that is unique. Illusion's unique. Um, but I have momentum. I have mons that abuse it more. Trick, I don't really have a trick mon, but as you'll see later, I pick up a mon that does have it. Knockoff, fair enough. Like I said, one of the mons I pick up has it too. Um, it's not bulky or offensive enough, and I say that because 125, 110 isn't superb. Like it's pretty good, but it's not the greatest. And it stacks on a speed tier I already have. I have a lot of 111s to um 100s, and I'm already gonna have like 4 of those after I drop them. So there's really no reason to. I apologize. I'm yawning a lot. I was I'm pretty tired, but figure I'd make this vid because I have the time. Other mons limit what I'd want this to do. Like I said, the mons like Jolteon, like Iron Bundle, like Chi really forces this mon into a role in which it doesn't thrive. Like legitimately, the only times I brought in Mach, it was SD, Facade, Shadow Ball, Filler with Flame Orb, just to disguise itself as my Ursaluna, and then bait a close combat and get a free kill. And it worked pretty well, but it has to do weird stuff like that. It heavily relies on illusion in my team, and I think there were multiple multiple mons that could just do better on my team. I can't like really disguise well because yeah, it's got U-turn, it's got flamethrower, but that's about the only thing it can really sell disguise other than, like I said, the flame orb Ursaluna. It's great on paper, right? Don't get me wrong. I still think it's good. I just don't think it's good on my team. And that was most important to me, because I know I said I want people's prep to be hell versus me, but I don't think people are respecting this. I think they know I'm not going to bring it. So I don't really think it's making it that much more hell. Um, But I also dropped Machamp, which was sad. I really didn't want to drop Machamp, but I had to get the mon I wanted because the 12 pointers that were left a little stinky. The 13 pointers and above, those are pretty good. Um, but it's not like it's bulky ish, like 90, 80, 85 is not nothing to sneeze at. But you have to, how do I put this? You have to invest in it for it to be bulky. If you don't invest in it, it's gonna die to a lot. Um, yeah, it's easily chipped with no recovery. I don't even think it gets drain punch. I'm fairly certain it doesn't, so it really has no recovery. Then you're chipping yourself 6% every turn. It just adds up fast. Um, it's not a niche worth bringing often, which is a 5 pointer you can't really complain about, but it does fulfill a niche, which is good, and it's pretty valuable because there's not a lot of cheap fighting types. It's like this, Toxicroak, Poliwrath, and Phalanx from like 3 to 5 points. So yeah, I don't know. It was good while it lasted. I brought it once, like I wanted to, and it put in work. Like I really wish I didn't have to drop this, but I think it's for the better of the team. Because I picked up a big physical threat. Um I picked up Tapu Bulu. Now I was between Lilligant Hisui and Tapu Bulu, but overall I went with Tapu Bulu because of grassy terrain and the close combat resist and the knockoff resist. Um yeah, grassy terrain's gonna be super good for my team. Only thing um it really affects is Ursaluna, but as it turns out, um Headlong Rush is not affected by grassy terrain. So I could use that, or I could use high horsepower. Um, it's a prime AV user. I mean, you look at the stats, you look at the moves it gets. Um, it's a very good AV user. The HP's the HP is low, so it's not as bulky, which is a shame. Like if the um HP and Spadef switch, I think you'd be looking at a criminally underrated mod because I already think it's criminally underrated now. It's got some nice defensive moves like Toxic, like Nature's Madness, it's Whirlwind and Roar, Horn Leech. Yeah, recover sneakily fast. You got grassy terrain. You can get leftovers. You can get Horn Leech, and those all add up. So it's a super good sub user, super good like bulk up user, which makes it another type of threat. Something my team kind of lacks because it's like Ursaluna Salmons in this, and technically Jolteon and like Screamtail, but it's um probably gonna be like this and Salmons are going to be setting up the most. It's fast enough to run Scarf Sim effectively. 75's nothing great. Good scarfers start at like 85 for most of the time, or around there. But it's very respectful. I think you have to prep for it, honestly, because coming off 130 attack, one hammers and grassy terrain, just delete stuff. Nice resist, you're taking 50, bud. Like it's super underrated for Mon, and I'm starting to fall in love with it more. The more and more I look at it, and I think it's a great addition to this team because I need another real physical threat and um something that resists ground while also not dying to rock was nice. Excuse me. And I just think the stat spread covers pretty much what I want. I wanted another um, mid speed tier, which sounds bad, but I had so many hundreds and above. Something in between Ursaluna and a base 100 would be nice, so that's what I got. And then finally, my low tier, my low tier that I pardon me while I just die for a minute. The low tier picked up from a champ was Driftloom. Um, this also fixes ground fighting weakness, which doesn't sound bad, but I think it was pretty major. Like, no, I have Screamtail, but I'm not gonna bring Screamtail every week. I think this team can't be too cautious when it comes to grounds and fighting types. It's got three great abilities, most notably Aftermath and Burden. Um, Aftermath is just super useful to get some chip for everything. It can be super good late game, so Bundle can clean up. Flare Boost makes it actually respectable offensively, and then Burden, it can be used in multiple different ways. It could be used on calm mindsets, like Strength Sap Willow annoying sets with Hex. It could be used a lot of different ways. I'm super excited to have a mod with three good abilities. It can Willow Toxic T-Wave spam, and most importantly, as Hex, and a one like is it 120 or 130? Stab Ghost move is going to hit respectively hard. It's not gonna like eliminate mons, but it's going to do huge chip. Even though it's coming off base 90, and even if it's not invested. And then on top of that, you can get chip from Willow or Toxic. It gets knockoff, which is important. I don't know how much I'd be using it, but it gets it, and that's what's important. It gets the greatest move in the game, in my opinion, Strength Sap. And I talked about with Sam over on his channel, but Strength Sap is super good with Will-O-Wisp because you can Will-O-Wisp, and the burn only affects the move power. It doesn't affect your actual attack, which means you can Willow and then Strength Sap and get back to 100 a few different times. It's super, very important for a mod like this. And then it's great support. It gets Tailwind, Trick Room, Haze, Destiny Bond, Memento, Baton Pass, Defog, Disable, and more. And more. Like, I don't know how often I'm going to bring them, but it's nice to have. Like, Trick Room, I might not bring that at all. But you kind of have to prep for it now because um, I have Bulu, I have this, I have um, Ursaluna, especially the big threat, and then Fortress, which is like respectable. And then I could also bring Room Service, which drops the speed by one. And all of a sudden, if you don't expect that, you got a team that gets dunked on by Trick Room that you weren't expecting. Which I think is nice. And then you got some ones like Haze, Stop Step Spam. It's super cool if you use it with Unburden. Do you always get fast hazes, fast Destiny bonds as well if you're running like Sash or like I don't know, let's say Culper, Citrus Berry, Memento for setup mons such as the Salamence or the Bulu, Baton Pass, Momentum, Defog, remove hazards. Trick is also pretty important. So if I go against something like Curse Garg or something, I can just trick it into um, a move and then force it out. And then I already mentioned Debond, but super nice. It's super nice just to have because I could play a lot of 50-50s with this game, and it put myself in a good position. And you wouldn't expect that with a 4-pointer. I'm surprised this is 4 points to be honest. It's a sneaky offensive mod like base 90 with 80 speed and 80 attack isn't like good by any chance, but with Unburden, Flare Boost, and Calm Mind, it can get out of hand relatively quickly, which you wouldn't expect. Because of Calm Mind, and then you have like a Citrus Berry or something. You outspeed everything, and you get a bunch of Calm Minds off. It's now I'm not sure how much it could in that Dex, uh, especially on the team I'm on, but I've seen it go off in Paldea Dex, and I believe in it. I think it's actually a real set, but yeah, those were my transactions, and I put them into my doc, and I made a new stats page. Um, with the two new additions, I increased 7 average HP. You're gonna have to thank Driftbloom on that one. 2 average attack and defense, which I'm surprised we got that much defense boost coming with Driftbloom having 44. I guess 115 averages it out. -1 attack, which due to the Zora drop, but not significant enough to be an issue. And then neutral average Spadef stayed the same, but I don't really care as much because Assault Vest is such a good item that on mons like Boogaloo, on mines like even Salamence or Ursaluna, you can just throw an AV and it'll be fine. And then -1 average speed is honestly, we have such good. I would say we have pretty good speed tiers, and then a bunch of fast mods that I don't think the -1 really matters because we got rid of a 105 or a 110 and like a 55 and replaced it with a 75 and an 80. I'd rather have two mid speed tiers on this team than a bad one and a good one, right? Like I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't want to have another fast mod, and then +5 average base stat total. Which I don't think it really matters, but it's pretty cool. Um, I'm surprised. And now the mod with the worst base stat total on my team is Fortress, and I didn't realize it was only 465. That's kind of buns, but still a good mod, so I don't really care. And then here's the new type chart. We have all types but fighting and rock, but we're only negatively weak to rock, which sucks because stealth rocks. But I don't know. We got some removers like Fortress, Tentacruel, Driftbloom, but it's definitely something to keep your eye out on. Heavy duty boots might get brought a lot, but I think it's fine because it's the only type we're negatively weak to. Uh, the only other one that's kind of scary is where's it at? I can't find it. Oh, only other one that's scary is Ghost. Um, like we have an immunity in Ursaluna, but our only Ghost resist is Chiyu, which that has respectable Spadef, but you don't want it switching in on a Ghost move and then getting predicted or outsped, and it can die. But other than that, I would say a team's pretty balanced coverage wise. Uh, we don't have a true electric resist, but we got uh, two immunities, and Driftbloom's not going to be brought every time. So it's pretty, it's better than it seems. Um, but yeah, that's all. I just want to keep you updated on my team and what moves I made, just for sake of information. Um, I didn't want you guys to see one game and be like, "Oh my gosh, he has this. How do you get this? This team is so good." Well, I appreciate you for saying that, but yeah, these are just the moves I made. I tried to explain my thought process. Um, I'm sorry if you saw some thumbnail and actually thought I was dropping those two, especially for the two I put on there. Um, but yeah, you gotta clickbait sometimes, and such is life. Life the YouTuber. Um, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on Sunday, where I play Week 6 versus Sam. It's gonna be a good one. I suggest you mark your schedule down. It's coming out Sunday. Like and subscribe, comment your thoughts on the team, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.